Hey guys, what's up? It's Lainey and today I am doing a TBR video. So YALLWEST is coming up, and if you don't know what that is, YALLWEST is a young adult book festival taking place in Santa Monica, California on May 5th this year. I am so excited. I am going this year. I am so excited. I went the first year that it debuted in 2015 and I loved it. That was one of my favorite festivals I've ever been to. I often go to the sister festival, which is YALLFest in South Carolina in the fall. I just like both of them. They're my favorite festivals I've ever been to. I am going with my two friends, Riley from Riley Marie and Kenya, and we are so excited. Because I'm going, I often go to these events and I'm sitting there in a panel and I'm like, wow, that author is so cool. I need to read their books. And I often realize that I have their books on my shelves. I just have not read them yet. The biggest takeaway from these festivals is I always come back wanting to read books by the authors that I saw on the panels. This year I decided to do a YALLWEST TBR. So these are the books that I hope I'm trying to get to before May 5th that I want to read so that when I am at the panels, I'm able to experience it and it's like full glory. A lot of these books are books that I actually have already owned. I might have already read the author, but I want to read some of their more recent works. And also there's a couple that I don't have the book. And I don't know, I need your help because I have an Audible credit and I can't decide which book I want to get. Without further ado, let's get into my TBR for YALLWEST. The first book I'm showing, I'm so excited to read. Like, I just got it in the mail. I do not have book money this month to purchase books, but I ended up purchasing two. Besides these two books that I'm about to show you, the only other book I bought this year was Immortal Reign by Morgan Rhodes. So I've been doing pretty good in the book buying arena. This is one I have to read before May 5th because I want to be up to date when I get there. And that is A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. I read A Number in the Ashes. I just recently finished it and it blew my mind. It was so amazing. I loved it. It's on top of my favorite books ever. I've already put the book on my favorite shelf and it's gonna be there forever now, and I don't have enough room, so I don't know what I'm gonna do when I had to put this on my shelf. I'm so excited to read this. And then Reaper at the Gates is coming out in June, I believe. This is probably the biggest series I regret reading late. The next book that's on my YALLWEST TBR is going to be The Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. I'm pumped about this book. It is really hyped up. Was the most anticipated YA book of the year. It's smashing all the charts. It is being called Black Panther with Magic. Not going to miss out on the hype with this one. I haven't heard one bad review yet of it. I've just heard only amazing things. I'm excited and I definitely want to read this before YALLWEST because I really like hearing Tomi Adeyemi talk, and I know I'm gonna be wishing that I had read her book when I hear her talk. The third book that's on my TBR is going to be Empress of a Thousand Skies by Rhoda Belleza. I remember this book being like comped as Arya Stark in space. That's a really cool comp. I'm down for it. Had it for a while, haven't read it. It has to do with science fiction. I'm trying to get more into science fiction. I'm like getting some of these YA fantasies out of my system first before I fully immerse myself into some science fiction. A lot of the books actually that are on this TBR are science fiction books. It's been a while since I've read a YA science fiction. The next author, I have some of her books. It's Marissa Meyer. I read Cinder 4 years ago. I don't remember a single thing because I read it in one day and my memory does not retain anything that happened in it. So I'm trying to decide if I want to start Cinder because I have Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress, but I also am kind of interested in reading Renegades, but I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about it. This is also kind of what should I do? Should I read Cinder or should I get Renegades on audio? I don't know. I'm like trying to decide what I want to do. Should I read her most recent work or should I start where it all began? The next author I want to read is Claudia Gray. I love Claudia Gray. I've only actually read one of her books, but the book that I read was amazing. And the book that I read was A Thousand Pieces of You, which I really loved. Should I reread this book because I loved it so much? And I do own the second book. I also have her new sci-fi series, Defy the Stars. I think the second one might have come out or it's about to come out. This is an art copy of the first one that I never read. This one kind of scares me because artificial intelligence tends to freak me out. I didn't feel this as much with Illuminae when I read it, but I think he's like the love interest in this book and that creeps me out. I'm interested in reading it because of that, but I'm also like, I'd rather read about Russian Paul from this book. So I don't know, it's like I'm split. Another author that I want to read that I don't actually own her book yet, but I'm also thinking about getting this on audio, and that is Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. I really like Julie's writing advice. I've been reading her blog, been subscribed to her newsletter for ages now, but I just haven't read Forest of a Thousand Lanterns. Don't know if I should get that one on audio or Renegades on audio or another book on audio that I'm going to mention almost soon. There's like a lot of options that I have here in this video. The next book that I want to read is actually a Marie Lu book. I want to read Warcross. I haven't read Warcross yet, and I don't know why I haven't, because this book seems so up my alley and I want to read it. And I'm also wondering, should I read this book on audio or should I buy it? So if you guys have read any of those 3 books on audio, Warcross, Forest of a Thousand Lanterns, or Renegades, please let me know which one should I read. So then the next book that I want to read that actually it's not out yet, it's coming out on May 1st, and that is Brightly Burning by Alexa Dunn. I mentioned Alexa Dunn on my writing resources video. I love her videos. She's turning out some of like the best content. I like listening to her so much that I do want to read her book. It's basically Jane Eyre in space. I haven't read Jane Eyre, but I'm still wanting to read her book. This comes out May 1st. I don't know what I'm doing yet with that one. Like, should I just buy it on May 1st and read it and try to finish it before I go to California that Friday? That is on the TBR, but that's gonna be cutting it close. The last one I want to mention was And I Darken by Kiersten White. Have been wanting to read this book for a while. It is on my 2018 TBR video. This is Vlad the Impaler if Vlad was a female. So I've heard just amazing things about this book. This is an ARC that I also never read. So there's that. So that is it for my Y'all West TBR. I'm very excited to dive into some of these books. I hope I can get to more than half of them, to be honest. Y'all West, May 5th. It's awesome. I love it. My name is Lainey. I make videos every Monday and Friday on books and writing, and I hope you guys all have a really great day, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!